Training camp has begun, man. We're getting closer and closer to Brazil, man.
Exactly, man. King DV's in the building. What up, King?
Said it's a lot to get into, and this offense looks scary, bro. I'm just letting y'all know that because we didn't even hearing from Dallas Goddard. We're not hearing from Saquon Barkley. We're hearing from the two wideouts. So it's getting scary. It's gonna get scary.
Yep. So let's talk about it now. Hit the countdown and let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another edition of The Aftermath with your boy, Kukak Connor, with my guy, Smitty Eagle. What up, Smitty?
Man, I'm chilling, man. You know, excited to get into this news, man. Talk about these Eagles, man. Training camp is back. You know what I mean? It ain't dry like we've been having last forever. But yeah, we back to the business, man. Back to the business.
Exactly. And we got my guy, King DV. What up, King?
Man, I'm just here so I won't get fined, man. But look, honestly though, man, I'm just happy that training camp is back. It's not a lot of reports that's saying that Jalen Hurts is bad because he's been playing his tail off. And I'm also happy that, you know, the offense and the defense is competing with one another. You know, that's basically what I'm happy about. Both our coordinators talk. We got a lot to get into, bro.
We got lots to get into. So we're just going to start it off like this, man. And before we go position by position, talk about the good, bad, or indifferent, how we feeling about training camp so far? What's your good? What's your bad? Before we go position by position, we'll start with King DV himself.
So me and Smitty was talking about this on Wednesday. I clip so much stuff for my videos and stuff like that. But the best stuff, honestly, besides, you know, the great catches from Smitty, AJ Brown, the great play from Jalen Hurts, of course. But the stuff that that's not talked about, you know, the stuff that you see on the video, like the defensive line, you know, getting to it, you know, the cornerbacks basically being step by step with the receivers, regardless of how talented they are. Like that's the best part of training camp to me, like to the point they're competing with us. So when we get guys out there that's competing with us, we know how to handle that. You know, I don't think like besides probably 2022, we didn't have that last season. You know, we didn't have guys that was really competing with us, you know, even though it's the same guys, but you know, they was almost like comfortable, like, oh yeah, we are bound to win like double digit wins or whatever. So they probably slacked off a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy that, you know, we got some competition in the building, offense, defense, and then also positions. You know, coordinators talked about it, the players talked about the competition. And you know, that's what I'm here to see, and this is what I was waiting for. You know, that's why, you know, OTAs, mini camps is cool, but bruh, like, training camp is where it's at right now, because it's like, you go to training camp, open practice, joint practice, then preseason,
Yep.
and then you're going towards the season. And that's the
Facts.
great thing about it, man. And that's why I'm happy that they're competing and everything like that. And just like Kelly Ringo said, it's a brotherhood. Regardless of who's going against that position, it's a brotherhood. So yeah, we competing, but we want each other to win regardless. So that's what you want to see out of the organization. We didn't have that last year.
Yep. Smitty?
I don't really know if I got bad at the moment. I mean, to
Right.
be honest, I haven't really. The baddest thing right now is I told y'all my vision, man. It looked like it's gonna come true, man. I hate to say it came by injury, but it looked like it's coming true, man. I hate to say Mekhi Becton gonna end up being right guard, but depending on how long Tyler Steen is out for.
I didn't know we were supposed to say bad too, but I'll let Smitty go and then I'll say my bad.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
say
my
your bad
bad.
too if there is any.
Yeah, my bad is probably right now. Tyler Steen going down with an injury. I really don't like that Cooper DeJean ain't out there. I think he's gonna be kind of behind the 8 ball because Quinyon Mitchell is really coming on as a star in that slot role right now. Like really, really doing his job. I think it's the biggest battle right now for me in the secondary that I've been watching is Keely Ringo and Isaiah Rodgers right now.
Yeah.
And I mean it's interesting to watch, right? Because it's like I'm looking at a few things, but it looked like Nakobe Dean and Zach Bond having a little fight right there in the middle, for time on the first team reps. I seen Nakobe Dean, I seen Zach. To me, it looked fluent, man. To me, it looked like everybody is motivated, man. It looked like everybody is got a different level of intensity. You know what I'm saying? They got motivation. So like, listen, I don't know what everybody else see, boy, but Jalen Hurts.
Hold on, I got the clip. I got the clips for you. Hold on. I got the clips for you.
Listen, bro. This man is on some type of, I don't know what he doing. I don't know what he trying to show people, what he trying to show himself. But the dots he been putting up, bro, have been ridiculous. Hey, somebody said, I don't know who said it best. Somebody said he been giving everybody the bland special. I was dying laughing. I swear, DV. He said that on the timeline. One of my homeboys. I said, "Dude, that's funny." He talking about, yeah, bro. He giving everybody like he on a different motivational path, man. I see it in his eyes, in his play. I mean, last year was decent, you know what I'm saying, but you heard about a lot of the bad. The reason I know Jalen Hurts balling is because ESP is very short when he's talking about Jalen Hurts right now. I ain't gonna say he's not talking about Jalen, but he's very short on it. DV gave the best example the other day. He was like talking about Jalen and he tried to throw Kenny Pickett in there. Like, I ain't really got too much to say, but Kenny Pickett had a decent day, like, you know what I'm saying? But, it's looking good. I think the offense is coming along well. I think the defense is motivated, man, because last year, I don't care what you say, as a grown man looking at the stat sheet and saying, I'm 30th, anywhere in the 30 to 32, anywhere in there, you like, I played 17 games and I'm at the bottom of the league. Nah, we can't do that. We don't stand on that. This Philadelphia, we known for the grind, man. So I like what I see so far, man. It ain't too much bad for me, to be honest. Not really. Tyler Steen probably the biggest bad for me, but I told y'all Mekhi Becton was gonna be the starter. It just looked like, you know what I'm saying? I have to predict the future a little bit.
Yeah.
What's crazy though? Just off of the videos that you just played, do y'all realize what's different about Jalen Hurts in those videos?
You talking about
his release is smoother. Okay. And it's quicker. It looked quicker.
No, that's one. But the main change in Jalen Hurts. Look, all right, no, not this one. Wait until the next throw. Just wait until the next throw. Because they were basically talking about it. They were talking about it. And me and you hitting on it, Smitty. We already talked about this. Oh man. You drawing a blank.
I'm just watching the video. I'm looking at the passes.
Right. So remember, they were saying that they want look right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Do you see the difference? of what
Feet
happened.
and everything look better.
And think about it. He's throwing off who? Them safeties.
His eyes is moving. He's moving his eyes. He's moving. Oh yeah, I was watching that. He did that the first throw. When he slid left. He was looking back this way. Then
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's throwing off the safeties.
Yeah.
This is what they want him to do. And if he's comfortable with doing that, especially in practice, bro.
Hey, Tom got that boy looking smooth though. Jesus, Tom.
The league will be in trouble.
Hey, look, he used to be like over here. That thing was.
He got people that be on the radio stations and stuff here, even on TV, that be saying, yo, Jalen Hurts got to get the ball out faster and all that. They say, yo, he getting out 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom, bro. I think it was like what, 3 to 4 drop passes.
Yep.
In training camp.
Yeah, three drop
and that
passes.
Was his only, and this was that was his only incompletions. So that basically wasn't on him if it was drop passes. Come on now.
Yeah.
My man balling out, man.
Do it, though. You know how they'll do it though. You know.
But how they would do it, just I was getting to that. How they would do it, they sit up there be like, man, it's just practice. It's not against his team.
It don't mean anything.
It don't mean nothing.
But what happens when he doing it? What happens when you say all that and then Sunday come and he dotting it up? No. When Friday come. Listen, I was just saying Sunday because everybody say any given Sunday. It's just a natural football thing.
They're gonna see.
They're
gonna see because
the first game on Friday.
I'm not saying like we all hype about Jalen Hurts. Let's just be honest.
Love Philly Mike.
I ain't even saying I just like what I'm seeing because it seems like he working. You could tell.
By the way, excellent interview by Rodgers, Mike.
Yeah,
definitely.
Mike, shout out to you.
You could tell he working. You could see it in his footwork. I noticed last year he would bop and then he'd be at the top of the bop. He try to let it go. He ain't got no power. You could see just like you said, once he swung his eyes, you could see his feet planting the ground. He ready to let it go, and it was quick. It was like boom.
But it was almost like he was second.
The hesitation,
bro. It was almost like he was second guessing because of the pocket closing in on him. So he's trying to figure out, okay, should I throw it or can I don't have enough time to wait for that route. So now I got to scramble out, make something happen. Regardless if it's with my legs or I'm moving and then trying to make the throw. And that's where teams got over on them. Teams got over on them that way. But at the same time, like I said, we can sit up there and talk about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is going to have some days, some weeks, I should say. Some weeks that he's not looking like Jalen Hurts. But this is why you get a guy like Saquon Barkley.
That's right.
To sit up there and be like, all right, I'm going to throw it off so you can get yours. This is what I expect in the offense. That Saquon Barkley is going to sit up there and be like, all right, I'm going to get a big game. I'm going to get a good passing game. And then I'm going to let you get yours. Now I could do the RPO. I could do this. I could do that. Now the playbook opens because no offense to Miles Sanders, no offense to DeAndre Swift, but they're not Saquon Barkley. And Saquon Barkley can, handle all that. And then who else is learning from him? Whoever's backing him up. Right now it seems like, the first guy at practice is Kenneth Gainwell. So it seems like that Kenneth Gainwell might be backing him up. Will Shipley is doing good in practice. He's not doing great, but he's doing good. He's doing good.
Yeah, Philly Mike asks, who gets the first 100-yard game?
100-yard game. Ooh,
AJ.
I'm going
AJ.
I'm going Saquon.
I'm going AJ.
I don't trust the Packers run defense. They struggled last year in the run, and they ain't add no muscle up front.
What up, Nina?
I think because that's how they lost a lot of games. Think about it. The Falcons, Bijan went for like 130. I think Saquon go for 100 first game off the rip. I think, but the caveat is, I also think AJ will have 100 in the same game.
AJ gonna cook.
I think Saquon to get there first though.
AJ go to Cook. You know why AJ go to Cook? Because of what Kellen Moore said. I know we gonna get into it.
Yeah,
But
we is.
They
we're gonna get into
they gonna travel though. They gonna let Jair travel. I think Smitty might open the game up a little hotter
great.
than AJ.
And that's
That
great.
was
And that's
that
great.
was going to be my choice since King said AJ and Smitty said Saquon. I was going to say Smitty.
I think Smitty gonna come up that first game like 60 some yards because he's gonna go to cooking them, and then they're gonna have to even it back out, and that's when AJ kind of gonna get back into the game.
Right.
I know what they're gonna try to do.
But I'm with you guys on both.
Listen, they play. Listen, if you watch how they play CD, that's the same way they're gonna play AJ. Every time they used to get cooked by Gallup or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, yeah. No, listen, but listen. This is why I said AJ, right? Because of what the coordinator said. I'm not going to get into it because I know we're going to get into it. But what I'm saying is, no. But what I'm saying is,
yeah,
everybody's moving. Everybody's moving. Yeah, Devontae's going to get his.
Right.
I'm not knocking that.
Yep.
Even Dallas Goedert may get his first game.
Exactly.
But AJ Brown is a different type of animal, bro. Like, yes, Smitty's the better route runner. Smitty can go up and grab the passes up top. We've seen that in practice. But AJ Brown is a bully. He can run routes. He's not the best route runner, but he can run routes. And he can make people miss. My coins is on AJ.
Okay, I got my coins on Saquon because he didn't just say rushing, right? He said 100 yards. So I gotta add one into that passing game because the first check down could go for 30. Easy. Boom. It's over with. Quick. He gonna easily get 50 or 60 rushing yards. Mm-hmm. Like Saquon different too. Like, yeah, AJ an animal, but all it takes is one Saquon nice little dump off, get 15, 20. Like, it's a little bit different. Like if it was Swift or if it was Miles or any of them guys, I'd probably be with you, bro. I'd probably go AJ, but Saquon can take that first one to the crib. He ain't our other running backs. He can take that first one to the house. 60 off the rip. Boom. You like, oh, dang. Listen, I love AJ to go for that 100. I ain't gonna disagree if he do. I wouldn't be upset. I mean, obviously, he is one of them ones, so he could easily go, for
either 3. I would not be upset. But if I had to pick, I'd have to go AJ Brown.
Yeah, all good choices in my opinion. So, including Goddard.
Okay, so it's straight Russian. I'm still going Saquon. I'm still going to take Saquon.
Right.
I'm still going to take Saquon.
And the only reason, and another factor that you got to factor in, a lot of coordinators, defensive coordinators, in the beginning of the season think that, okay, we're going to go with Saquon as the offensive first option, or we're going to make sure that he gets the rock. So they're going to try to stack the box, which leaves it open for these receivers.
I don't think they're that crazy.
They're going to be
Packers, I don't think they're that crazy, bro. If they that dumb, then they in trouble. Then the whole league in trouble.
The first couple weeks, it's going to be like that. Then they're going to adjust. And then it's up to Kellen Moore.
Why would they listen? But if you stack the box, we RPO you to death.
Exactly. But sometimes
I don't see them doing that. I can't see them doing that. I think they're gonna play a little dumber. I just don't know, bro.
Oh, hey, Philly Mike. I read it before I seen the JK.
I wouldn't be mad. Like, he been linking up.
He been having himself a good camp
because he's been linking up with Jalen Hurts before.
Yeah. He was out there. He know exactly where that ball gonna be at. He ain't got no hesitation to get there either.
What's going on, Mr. Ash?
What's going on, Ms. Ash?
What's up, Ash? What's happening?
Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Before we get to the coordinators, because I know we got lots to talk about today. We got lots to talk about today, man.
But hold on, I wanted to finish what I was saying though. Hey, look, DV. The only reason I don't think they'll stack the box, bro. They seen tape of us with the RPO, bro. In 2022, I don't think they would be that crazy, bro. To give Jalen Hurts and Saquon all those running lanes, because if you stack the box, we finna murder you. Jalen Hurts gonna be all outside the pocket. And then when he get outside the pocket, he got two of the most deadliest targets out there. And then you got Goddard who can get open and be a yak. Come, bro, they would be crazy. They would be crazy. I think they're gonna try to play a little bit of like
so
4-3.
So I've been seeing in situations where offenses, right? They sit up there and be like, all right, they talented across the board. We gotta make them uncomfortable. We're comfortable doing the RPO, so we're gonna let you do the RPO all you want to. But when you try to switch it up, now it's like, all right, now it's our ball. The ball's in our court. The only difference is I feel like that Kellen Moore and Doug Nussmeier could get Jalen Hurts in this position to be comfortable being uncomfortable to the point where now it's dot, and we're not just aiming down the field. We're hitting it right in the middle. We hitting the tight end pause, and then we also getting included with the running back. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of things to go with it. Whereas though we got to keep the defense guessing, and that's why I think that's where Kellen Moore defense offensive situation is at, to the point where Jalen Hurts is.
Maybe I'm just giving
RPO.
Defensive coordinators a little bit too much respect. Maybe.
What you mean?
I just think Jalen has proven as a passer, like, you can't leave AJ Brown on no island. Like, if you really want to do that, I'm cool with it. I ain't got no argument. If you want to stack the box to try to stop Saquon and Jalen and leave AJ and Devontae one-on-one, go ahead, have fun.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. That I get what you're saying. They're not going to.
I think they got enough respect for AJ not to do that. That was just.
They're not going to leave Jalen Hurts. They're going.
You telling me I'm wrong? We gonna see AJ go for 2,000.
They not. Listen, they're not going to leave AJ on the island. But then you got Smitty open, you got Goddard open, you got Saquon open, you got Paris Campbell or whoever's as wide receiver 3 open, and then you also got Jalen. You also got Jalen Hurts. It's too much to deal with. It's too much to deal with.
I don't think they'll stack the box. That's why exactly what you're saying is the reason I don't think people are going to be dumb enough to stack the box. That's why Minnesota got hit over the head for 175, because they didn't stack the box.
That's a fact.
So I just don't see like a team coming out being like, "Hey, look, we're gonna let Devontae, Goddard kill us, and we're gonna try to stop Saquon, Jalen, and AJ." I just don't think. For me, I don't think it's a good idea for them. But if they want to do it, hey, look, be dumb if you want to. Jalen Hurts will go for 500 the first game. Stack the box you want to. Yeah, 500 passing too. I ain't even talking about running. He'll just be dotting you up. You'll be leaving because Devontae ain't gonna do nothing but a bunch of quick routes across the middle, slants. He's gonna be coming back. AJ slants, quick flies. I beat you out the ball. It's up in the air. I'm gonna go get it. Like, they would be in some trouble, bro. You stack that box, you in trouble.
Yep. So
bro, do it before a Cool Cat go.
What?
Shakira!
I'm about to say it's on the screen.
I didn't even say it. I wasn't even gonna say it. That's Smitty's stick. I ain't doing that.
No. I said before you start talking about the next topic.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So salute to everybody, man. We got Random. We got Enough Set. Sure enough. Anthony. Miss Ash. Philly Mike, man. Listen, like I was saying, we got lots to talk about on this show. We got lots, man. But not just that. Listen,
I was in the moment. I was in the moment, sis.
I know. But trust me, tomorrow is going to be big because we got lots of shows. The Pads comes on tomorrow, y'all. The Pads comes on tomorrow.
No, Tuesday. Philly Mike posted. Shout out to Philly Mike. Philly Mike said Tuesday.
Oh, thanks, Mike. I thought they was on.
No. No, not to cut you off, but they said Tuesday, not Monday.
Yeah, all right. But they do practice tomorrow, and we will be live to cover it all. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and comment to the Birds of Broad Street YouTube channel, the King DVs, the Smitties, the Triggers, to your boy, Timon. It's going to be nonstop coverage when it comes to our birds tomorrow. So make sure y'all get them likes up, get them subscribers up. Speaking of Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio, we heard their press conference. We heard them speak. King, what's your thoughts? What you like? What you didn't like? What's your thoughts on what they had to say?
So in the moment, I'm gonna just speak on the moment. You know,
Right.
Vic Fangio spoke first,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about how he would position the rookies to be able to start. You know, it's up to the rookies on the snaps that they get like that. Because they got to be hungry. They on that rookie deal, so you trying to get a contract. You got to put that body of work out there. So I get it. So a lot of people didn't like the comment because of the Quayon Mitchell thing. Not so much Cooper DeJean, even though he's a fan favorite. But the Quayon Mitchell thing, they like, okay, well, is he going to be on the outside? But he's been doing this thing at slot, so we don't know yet. Avonte Maddox could be a death piece, but that's neither here or there. At the moment, I came out with the video. I was like, I did not like the fact that he was basically saying that James Bradbury in that situation, he was like, yeah, we're gonna try him. He's a smart player. He's gonna still play some cornerback and things like that. I did not like that at the moment. Stuff changed with me throughout the 36 hours midpoint. It did change, only because of not the field play, because field play I feel like he still stinks, but the mentality changed, for me. But yeah, with Vic Fangio, I feel like that everything else he said was great. Everything else he said was great, man. I'm happy that he's not one of those guys that, okay, you got the big contract, I'm gonna play you. No, if you stinking it up, you're on the bench. And I like coaches like that because you want the best guys out there at the end of the day. I don't care who you are. Because right now, if you want to be funky, Darius Slade is stinking it up in practice. If you want me to be funky.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time I see a good play, a decent play, Paris Campbell just had a good play on him. He's getting cooked, bro. And I get it, you don't want to injure nobody, you don't want to do certain things, whatever like that, but you getting cooked, bro. That's not a way to lead a Quayon Mitchell or a Cooper DeJean or these young guys here. Kelly Ringo. It's not a good look. Hey, yo, bro, you doing this? But anyway, going to Kellen Moore, man. Kellen Moore said everything right. His presser was great. He said everything right. He picked up QB1. He also talked about how he was going to utilize the talents of AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, but then he also stated that the wide receiver 3 just got to fall in line and be able to run routes around that to the point where they know where they need to be at, the position they need to be at. So his mind is sharp right now. Just trying to see if it's going to be consistent throughout the year. But they both had great pressers. So it's nothing really bad. It's just that at the moment, because I know we're going to get into the James Bradbury thing. But at the moment with Vic Fangio, I was kind of like upset with what he said, because I'm sitting here like, why are y'all trying to include him in the game plan where, the Eagles organization already said, like, hey, we drafted 2 guys. We got a guy coming off a suspension. Why is he still here? But from what I know now, yeah, I feel like that, at that moment I was pissed, but I'm no longer that way.
Yep. Smitty?
I'm still pissed. It didn't change for me. I mean, I don't want him on the field, bro. After we watched those clips that you sent me, I don't want to see him on the field. I think the mentality, yes, is maybe fight, but I think the play is diminished. Slade too. I watched it. I done watched him get cooked 3 times on the videos that they've allowed us to get. He looked like he can't keep up. And it's been the faster guys too. It's been Paris Campbell, AJ. You know what I'm saying? I think AJ called him twice. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I ain't gonna say put him on the bench, but I mean, for me, like James Bradbury, maybe he can be, helpful in coaching and telling guys, how they made mistakes or whatever. Because it's nothing like experience if you know what I'm saying, if you ain't been hands on with it. So I mean, we said it before, like his word maybe can help the young guys out in some crucial situations. But nah, Fangio had a great presser. He basically said everybody got to earn it. You won't be on the field unless you earned it. And if it's that situation, then I'm cool with the best player being on the field because I felt like maybe Deshaun Desai didn't have that look on things. He maybe put the more name guys on the field. I don't know. I can't say that. But if you come in, everybody got to earn it. Everybody start with the glass empty, and you got to fill it up yourself. You know what I mean? I guess that's where we at. You feel me? So I think the best guys will be on the field at the beginning of the season. Fangio ain't gonna take no bullshit either. You know what I mean? He gonna. Devin White said it best. He call you out by name. He ain't doing no patty kicking. He calling you out by name, but he also gonna show you love when you're doing it right. You know what I mean? So you gotta have the good with the bad. Kellen Moore definitely, said all the right things. I don't got nothing wrong with what Kellen Moore doing right now, man. He really, he's really locked in on, him and Jalen Hurts getting better together, building this thing, making it theirs. You know what I mean? It ain't nobody else. This ain't Dallas. This ain't the Chargers. This is Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts, Kellen Moore. This is a whole different dynamic of what we building, man. I just hope it, at the end of the day, you can say whatever you want to on that stand. You can sit up there and tell me, tomorrow the grapes gonna be blue when I go outside. If they ain't blue, you know what I mean, then everything you said, is all for nothing. So if the offense don't look fluent when it's time to put it on the field, if it ain't producing, then we're gonna have questions then. But right now, as we see, it's looking good. I like what the guys are saying about it. I don't know if we're gonna talk about that dude that used to be a Philadelphia Eagle today, but I don't like what he got to say. He a bum. Really ridiculous.
But I do got a question for y'all.
And then we'll talk about that, and then we'll move on to Jalen Hurts and his press conference. So go ahead, King. Start us
off. So basically, Cooper DeJean is missing time. Sidney Brown, guys that can play safety, that play at safety. You know what I'm saying? If you had an option for the depth pieces of Avonte Maddox and James Bradbury, who would you decide and why?
Let me hear Smitty on this first, and then I'll think about this. When it comes to
James Bradbury, see the problem is I don't got a problem with Avonte Maddox play. So I'm obviously gonna probably take Avonte. I know when he on the field, if he's healthy, he plays good. But I seen James Bradbury healthy play bad.
Yeah.
I've never seen Avonte Maddox healthy and play bad. I seen him hurt. Never seen him healthy and play bad.
Right.
So I'm probably taking Maddox because at least if his role is diminished where he's just stepping in, playing maybe a game or two, he might can stay healthy for the season and be a pivotal piece down the road to wherever we're trying to get to. You know what I mean? I just don't know if James Bradbury can get on the field and anybody trust him. I could trust Avonte Maddox. The only thing I don't know is how many plays he gonna last or how many games he gonna last. I can trust when you get on the field, if he is 100% healthy, he gonna play talented football.
Yeah, I'm with Smitty. I gotta trust Avonte Maddox because the one thing about him is when he gets on the field, he gives his all. The fact I get why they put James Bradbury at safety because there's a lot of corners.
No, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, bro.
Yeah,
I got a lot to
say. Just we'll talk about that. But before we go to Jalen and his press conference and what's our thoughts, Smitty, you said someone pissed you off who was a former Eagle. So who was it? And let's talk about it.
Man, that Acho dude. Oh, you know who it is.
Yeah.
He always got something to say. He kind of, he just be talking, though. I was really aggravated, though, because, it's all this. Is it a worry? Is it a problem? You know what I'm saying? And I know you mad Howie Roseman cut you. Don't take that out on Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts ain't having to do that. It's just to me like it just leave me like he's so wishy-washy, right? Because like I could really be petty and go pull clips of him, you know, bigging up Jalen Hurts and giving all this praise, but it's just weird to me how you go from like this guy is phenomenal, he's playing great, to like, oh, he's an issue, he's a problem. Like, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird activity.
Here's the thing, right? I said this Wednesday, or no, I'm sorry, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
He's an opportunist. Acho is an opportunist. Regardless,
hey, feeling right, funny.
When he said he don't count as an Eagle no more, he don't.
He was shy.
He don't. He don't.
He always say it. That's why I said it. He always be like, "Yeah, I'm a former Eagle."
Yeah, no.
He played like 17 snaps, dude.
We don't even talk about him. We talk about Coach Marcus before him. But anyway, my fault. My bad. I wasn't supposed to say that.
Okay.
All right.
Caught me on bar, fam.
But overall, man, I told he don't like Jalen Hurts. I feel like that he just goes with what everybody's talking about. He gets a script from Speak, and he just says what he says, basically. Because last couple seasons, no, don't play it. Don't play it. It's a copyright thing.
It's copyright.
I'm waiting for y'all.
Just play. No.
Oh, right.
Play the audio.
Never mind.
If you can play the audio, like I did, play the audio.
Don't play the clip.
Yeah, I wasn't going to show it. I was just going to play the audio.
But
go ahead while I get this.
Right, but my whole thing is, we as content creators and everything like that gotta stop. Like, you know, I know it makes good content, especially when it's a dry off season, but it's crazy that, you know, they know how to like get us to click on it, get us to comment on it and everything like that, and they get the bulk of the views, and we sitting up here trying to get the views and everything, and it's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. He's on national TV. I don't care about none of that. It's more so that Acho really don't know what he's talking about. He really don't, you know.
He don't.
And it makes it like the inconsistencies, like Smitty said, it's the inconsistencies for me that, you know, you one moment, oh, Jalen Hurts is the hero that the Philadelphia Eagles needed. Then it's like, oh, he's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's not a top 10 quarterback. Oh, now he's making excuses and everything. He's self-handicapping. That's what he said. Self-handicapping, because he said that he had 8 different coaches coaching him on the offensive side in 10 years, including the college years. That's what I'm saying. Funny? Like,
why he bringing that up now when Jalen Hurts said that months ago?
No, he just said it in the last person.
He said it recently again.
For those who don't know what he said,
huh?
Yeah.
First training camp.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but I'm saying like, why bring? You know, it's just weird, bro. Like, you just want something to talk about. It's just weird, bro. Weird.
Exactly. For those of y'all who wants to know what he said this.
Jalen Hurts is doing what we call self-handicapping. Jack, James, Joy, Osh, 2-5. It's self-handicapping, and what that is, and we've all done it, it's when we don't study for that midterm. And then before the test, I'm like, hey, Jay, I didn't even study, big dog. So when I get a C, yeah, but Jay, I didn't study. Yeah. So if I would have studied, you know, I would have got.
You knew I didn't study.
You knew I got the A. You know I got the A if I would have studied.
I really wanted that.
Or if Ashton was next to me, I'd have got the A. But I didn't study. What Jalen Hurts is doing right now, he's lowering the bar. He told us 2 months ago, he said, man, 95% of the offense is new. He told us just now, man, you know, I've had 8 different offensive coordinators in 10 years. He's obviously counting college as well. He's lowering the bar so that in the event there is a struggle, in the event he gets to see, yeah, but I mean, 95% of the offense was new. In the event he gets to see, yeah, but 8 offensive coordinators in 10 years. And that is fair, but what's the difference between an excuse and an explanation? There's a very, 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 very thin line. So I have an issue with I have concerns about what might occur Because Joy, it sounds to me like Jalen Hurts is building in that oh so subtle excuse, that oh so subtle explanation as to why the Eagles might have some shortcomings.
That's what I was talking about. Why he brought it to 95%. Like Jalen told you what it was. 95% of the offense is new, and we're gonna build that bit. But neither here nor there, right? The problem is, why would he be self-handicapping? Why is he making an excuse? He wasn't even making an excuse. He was just asserting a fact. Listen, I'm against the wall too. Like, I hear all the excuses for everybody else. I hear all the Joy said, if you go a little bit further into the clip, Joy said next. She said, but y'all erased Trevor Lawrence whole first year,
right,
for bad coaching.
Facts.
He get a whole pass on the year, but Jalen Hurts don't get no passes. He making an excuse. Listen, I don't think Jalen Hurts making any excuses, and that's one thing I never known him to do. He was just asserting a fact. 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? He just going through some things where he telling you, hey, look, I'm learning the offense. It might be a learning in progress. It's a learning in progress. We are learning something new, but it looked good though. So what happens when it looks better? I mean, if it ain't like what we seeing right now, DV and Cool Cat, we watching him be surgical right now. What happens when he learns the offense fluently? When he out there doing it without thinking about it? Oh, I know what AJ gonna be at. I know what Devontae, Goddard, Saquon. I know what these guys at on this play because we done did it 100 times. It's muscle memory. I know where Paris Campbell at right now. Like, it's the handicapping was I don't get it. I don't get why they want to make up. And then you say it in a way where it's harsh. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's self-handicapped. You just make it sound like something that's good. Like, come on, bro. He not doing that. That's not Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a leader. Everybody has said it. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy of integrity, and he don't make excuses. If anything, he gonna take the blame. If he come out and we struggling, I ain't never heard Jalen Hurts say, man, well, AJ Brown need to step up. Devontae Smith need to perform better. Sirianni them need to call better plays. They need to put us in better. I never heard him do that. I've never heard him come out and say any of those things. All I've ever heard him come out and say is, man, we got to be better. I got to be better. You know what I'm saying? We didn't perform to the standard. We got to live up to it. That's what he says. I don't know where the handicap would come from. If I'm taking the blame, if right now we go out and I'm driving and I crash the bus and y'all told me, man, you might not need to be, and I crash and I get out, hey man, it was me, man. Where's the blame? I'm blaming me. I was driving, I did it. I'm taking the blame. Even if y'all was back there not doing what y'all supposed to do or whatever, y'all was distracting me when I did it. That's Jalen. He know he the bus driver. Anything going on behind him, he supposed to instruct and lead these guys to the promised land. That's how he feel about it. He carried the load like that, and that's it, man. He running the streets, man, doing his thing like he's supposed to, man. He handling the business out there on the field. He doing what he's supposed to do, and whatever Acho want to say, he just mad because Howie Roseman sent them packing and he ain't give him no flowers.
Exactly.
You know who I'm mad at though?
Yeah, the same people you was mad at on Wednesday.
Friday. No, Friday. You know who I'm mad at though?
Friday.
Who?
I'm mad at DJ and the boy
Shady.
Shady. Yeah, I'm mad at them.
Yeah,
because they was there, and that whole time he was.
I didn't even play the James Jones clip because he said
it don't matter. He don't matter. He was third option.
I know.
He was third option in the Green Bay Packers Super Bowl run. He don't matter.
Right.
He don't matter. He's Freddie Mitchell of the Green Bay Packers. Okay. So listen, my whole thing is this, right? I'm mad at them because DJ actually came out and said, like, look, when Jalen Hurts basically got into the league and everything like that, he didn't practice with Carson Wentz. He practiced with Jalen Hurts, and then he seen something special with Jalen Hurts.
Right.
Shady, that whole 2022 season, Jalen Hurts is the man. Jalen Hurts is this, that, and the third. But no, what Shady did in that whole segment was he bigged up what Acho was saying. He basically just piggybacked off what Acho was saying to keep the ratings going instead of speaking the real facts. So that's what I'm saying. They scared of people speaking facts instead of just following the suit. Like, okay, we just going to bash Jalen Hurts. We're going to bash the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what I'm pissed off at. Y'all ex-Eagles are Eagles fans. Y'all going to show up to practices. Y'all going to show up to games and everything like that. Yeah, Jalen, what's up? Da-da-da-da. But at the same time, like when it's time to stand in line, like, yo, they talking about your guys. Y'all don't sit up there and say anything, but y'all going to wait until the 25-10 podcast and they're going to say, yo, I should have said this or I should have did this. This is what I'm pissed off about. That's what I'm pissed off about.
Jalen Hurt. The real fact is Jalen was mid.
We're gonna leave Jigga alone today. We will not let Jigga gaslight us. No.
I'm not.
No, Jigga. Not today, Jigga. On a good Sunday, we will not do it with you today. Okay, good brother?
I'm not.
Exactly. How you doing today? How was your day today? How's things going?
Exactly. So what we're going to do instead is talk about Jalen, but first, here's a little clip.
We talked about yesterday, man. Talent will only take you so far. It's about developing that talent. Teams win championships, and how we practice today, that's how we're going to continue to push each other day by day to get to where we're trying to be. But great first day. Continue to work on your list, watch the film, and come back better tomorrow.
Take care of your bodies.
Eagles on 3, 1, 2, 3.
So with that, let's talk about Jalen. We heard his press conference. We already talked about his play on the practice field. But King, we heard from QB Uno. So how we feeling about his press conference? What our thoughts on Jalen? Start us off.
See, a lot of people be thinking that Jalen Hurts sound like a robot. I don't think so. I think that he's trying to watch what he say because he knows the spotlight is on him, period. Regardless if he's talking about Sirianni, he's talking about, the cause of a loss or, cause of his turnovers, whatever the case may be. He knows the spotlight is on him. So he's just trying to watch what he say. I don't think he sound robotic. A lot of people were saying, like, even on radio a couple of days ago, they were saying, the PR team told him to cut off it. No, that was Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. This is why I said on Friday that I think I'm going to start being Jalen Hurts' angry translator. I'm going to be his angry translator, what he actually wants to say, right? But I'm happy that he cut off that reporter because he was just, in the beginning before practice, Nick Sirianni had that question about Jalen Hurts.
Right.
And then Nick Sirianni picked up Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I'm happy to go into the 4th season with him. He's a great worker. He's been working his tail off. He's a special player. Everything you needed to say as a coach, right? You try to hit Jalen Hurts with the same thing. Jalen Hurts was like, no, first of all, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to nip everything in the bud. I'm going to say everything, even though they spun back in the interview. I'm going to nip everything in the bud and tell you how it is. Boom, 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 boom. We wasn't our best at the end of the season. We learned from it. We're going to grow. This is a new season. Me and coach is great. This is the relationship that we have. Blah, 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 blah. This is basically what he did, right? But Jalen Hurts is not only talking correctly. Jalen Hurts is not only doing that. He's basically showing people that, look, I am tackling on this Kellen Moore scheme to perfect it. I'm not sitting here lollygagging because I want consistency. This is what the whole, going back to what Acho was talking about, this is what the whole 8 out of 10 different coaches was about. Basically, he wants consistency. This is what the fact was supposed to be about. It wasn't supposed to be about him making an excuse if he fell this year. It was more so that, hey, I need consistency in this organization if I'm going to be successful. It was more so that he was talking to the reporters because they was asking him certain questions to put him to that point. So he just wanted to, put everything out on the table, period. And everybody's like, well, he was right at the reporters and everything. They like that. He's not going to do that every week. Jalen Hurts is a talker, smooth talker, and he's still going to be Jalen Hurts. But at the same time, I feel like that, we got even better than the focus 2022 or going into 2022 all season Jalen Hurts this season, to the point where I feel like that he's just going to be like dotting people up, basically. He's going to be dotting people up. Saquon Barkley got him on another path because, like Saquon Barkley said in one of his interviews, they challenge each other. They competing against each other. So
I'm glad you said that name.
Is
Saquon Barkley. How y'all feel about Elliot Shore-Parks' comments on Saquon?
I ain't even see it.
He said Saquon will not be a difference maker for the Philadelphia Eagles. He will not be a game changer.
Elliot Shore-Parks needs to be out my city.
No, not Elliot Shore. Nick Wright. Nick Wright. My bad. Nick Wright.
Nick Wright need to be fired from Fox Sports.
Exactly, because if you
Elliot Shore-Parks ain't said nothing because he quiet. Him and Dan.
I don't know, and I'm gonna let you finish, King. When it comes to Jalen Hurts, I don't know if y'all saw this Super Bowl bubble that they did on First Things First. Nick Wright didn't even have the Philadelphia Eagles on the bubble,
and that's cute. Because
he said because Nick Sirianni
clicks and views,
and
man.
Jalen Hurts.
Clicks and views.
His nose continue to grow when he does things like this.
Yeah, he Pinocchio, straight up.
Yeah,
Pinocchio, straight up. Nah, but look, when he said it, right?
Jigga, tell me how you really feel.
God. Well, when he said it, I was just like, yeah, he just saying something. Nah, he just wants some attention. Because there's no way you believe that, bro. There's no way you believe it. That Saquon gonna get behind a better offensive line than he been behind in his whole career, and he ain't gonna be a game changer now.
And then Greg Jennings, who I know we don't give him attention either, said the reason he don't believe Saquon Barkley going to do anything because the Eagles of the Philadelphia Eagles love A.J. Brown. Let me show y'all the big ego of A.J. Brown real quick.
All I want to see effort, everybody's flying around. Hey, making plays, bro. Let's do it. Both sides. Challenge each other, push each other. Hey, let's get it, man. Hey, work on thing. 1, 2, 3.
And I had that clip too. AJ Brown was called the diva. AJ Brown was called out by 94.1 WIP. He went up there and handled his business. Shout out to him. Also, he didn't even know where he was going to be in that interview he did with Smitty, with Kay Adams. And then when he got signed, his whole mindset changed. Because it's like, if I'm here, I'm here. I'm not. Don't sound right. But hey, I'm going to retire the Eagle after he signed that contract. Sounds a little bit right. Then at OTAs, he was there. He was there looking at the rookie. He was there looking at everybody. That was competing for a spot or a potential spot in the mini camp, and then going towards training camp. He was there in the black hoodie. His leadership is showing, and that's what I'm saying. He should remain a captain this season. And you see it there. Like,
they never want to take his. Leave AJ alone. Let him keep his.
They are, well, AJ is basically one of those passionate type of players that you need on a team. And that's the type of leader that, I will always respect, That's why I like when T.O. was here, I never disrespected T.O. I never seen like the issue with T.O. like everybody else did, But yeah, AJ Brown is the type of leader that you need, and I'm just happy that he's still, going to remain an Eagle for some years to come.
But the thing is, you said the diva, right? Like, to me, okay, he a diva and he backs it up. He's a good leader. Sometimes you do have that quality of get me the ball, I could be a game changer. Whatever. Some of the best had it. Jerry Rice Grunt, Randy Moss, those guys were great wide receivers, all-time greats. Guess what? When they thought they could change the game, they went to their coordinators and their quarterback. Get me the ball and let me change the game. If that's a diva, cool. Okay, cool. Guess what? When you get the ball in his hands, it ain't like he turns into Quez Watkins. No, he turns into an animal. His yak ability is crazy. Yes, he wants to be a game changer in some of the crucial moments of the game because he might feel like, hey, man, the offense ain't clicking. Let me get involved so we can get everybody involved. I ain't got a problem with that. But if the outside world want to say, oh, he a diva for that. No, he not kicking over stuff. He not putting his hands on people. He not getting into it with people. You don't see a Hulk. He going to have his moment. He going to sit over there. And when you get him to rock, he going to show you why he was mad, why he was upset. Cool.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
We complain. You know, I got to start looking at it from a different perspective. We complain about national media, Dan Sileo, ESP, whoever.
Yeah.
We complain about these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everything, like, I got to start looking at it, and I want everybody else to start looking at it like this too.
Uh-huh.
Everything that they're saying about AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Nick Sirianni, anything they say involving the Eagles, we gotta look at it as we're in the position like this because we're winning.
Exactly. For me, and for me, that's why I started this campaign. When it comes to Jalen Hurts, when it comes to everybody running their mouth, all I gotta do is say, "Acknowledge me." That's all.
They not though, because it's like I said before, it's a hot topic. It is going to be a hot topic through the season until Jalen Hurts stats shows like, hey, I'm an MVP candidate for what the third season in a row. I think it fell off like last season because of the poor play down the stretch, but he was up there in the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Hamid got a question.
Who?
Huh?
Hamid. He said Terrell Owens at 25 or AJ Brown at 25 for 2024 season. I'm taking AJ. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like T.O., but I like AJ though. I just like AJ. I ain't gonna lie. To me, T.O. was nice, right? But he was a lot more immature at the time than AJ was for sure. You know what I mean? I don't think he would. I don't think he would. I just like the way AJ blend with what we got going on. I don't know if T.O. would have the same camaraderie towards a Devontae Smith or Goddard or Saquon, because he really was. I want to be the show a little bit. He took away from a lot of the guys that year he was here because he wanted the ball a lot more. He put his diva out there a lot more than AJ. I'm taking AJ.
Yeah, I'm taking AJ.
I would take AJ as well. Just, piggybacking off of what you said, you got to look at the friendship with and the best friendship with Jalen Hurts. That matters, and then also him wanting to build that chemistry with Devontae Smith. His last presser, he bigged up. Hey, I'm happy to have this guy here that I can learn from and everything like that. I don't think T.O. would be like that. I think T.O. would have been more so, I'm the number one guy, get me the ball. And then, he gets the scraps. And that's just me being honest. I think A.J. Brown, just like he said, Devontae Smith is selfless. I feel like A.J. Brown is learning to be that as well. And that's why, like I said, he was coming into his own. The situation was totally different from the T.O. situation coming into Philly than AJ Brown coming into Philly, and I think that mindset matters.
See, but I think AJ is the yin to the yang. Like, Devontae's so quiet. I don't believe AJ always saying, "Get me the ball, get one of us the ball, let us do something. We can change the game. Like, get us in the game." Smitty ain't gonna say nothing. You see him over there, he being humble, cool. Get off the ball, bro. Like I can see AJ doing it. I can see him doing that, bro. Like, cause Smitty ain't gonna say nothing. You ain't get me the ball, I'm gonna run my routes, and when the ball get to me, I'm gonna make it work. But he ain't gonna say nothing. I've seen him like maybe upset a couple times, very few times. Even when he had the 0 catches in 2022 in the first game against Detroit, I didn't see him one time go to AJ and was like, "Give me the rock." Like, no, he was just like, "I'm running routes. Yeah, if I don't get the rock, I don't get the rock. Let's go." Like that selflessness of him with the bolsterousness of AJ is perfect. Like, I don't think T.O. to me, like you just said, bro, I don't think T.O. will be over there like, man, you got to get Devontae the ball. Man, get me the ball. And when I ain't open, find him because he got to be open. Nah. AJ like, look, one of us open, find us. If you can't find me, find him. If you can't find him, find me. If you can't find us, you got Goddard, you got Saquon. Let's get the offense rolling. I think the selflessness of both of them is growing inside. You know what I mean? AJ, but I don't know if AJ ever was a bad team guy. I think the media painted it that way because they outside looking in. Even from us outside looking in, sometimes we were like, "Hey, why AJ going off like that?" But sometimes you gotta have a voice though.
But it's a contrast situation too with AJ. Like, he was younger, even though it's years removed, but he was younger and he started to learn everything, like it's a business and everything. Like I said, he's still a passionate guy, but at the same time, like I feel like that, he matured faster, knowing within the situation, and then he got into a comfortable situation, knowing that his best friend, godfather of his daughter, is on the team with him. And then also he grew a relationship with Devontae Smith, and also Nick Sirianni. We can't forget that. So him being in that position, I feel like that changed the whole dynamic of that question that Hamid had. I feel like that AJ Brown will be the perfect fit for this Eagles team. But if you ask me if I would rather had T.O. or Alshon Jeffries in that Super Bowl run, I would have had T.O. But
over Alshon, obviously.
No. That's before I knew the outcome.
I'm saying obviously. I take. Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah. I would have took because to me, Alshon wasn't. I don't know, bro. He seemed so slow.
He was.
That man was like a 5'3", guys.
That's why. Why you think they complement each other so well? Him and Torrey Smith, they complement each other so well.
But that catch he caught in the Super Bowl, I had it as a clip, right? And when we first did the check down, bro, like I only could take like a little bit of the clip because it took him so long to get to the end. I couldn't even get him running the route. I just had to get him catching. I was like, golly. But Hamid, the one person on that list that you said that I would disagree with is Waddle. That man is very humble, being next to Tyreek, dog, and he do everything with Tyreek. They are to me the closest pairing in the NFL to AJ and Smitty. They like brothers, bro. If you watch videos and see them working out, you always see Waddle with Tyreek. You always see them together. They always laughing, having a good time. Like them boys, like brothers. They like AJ and Smitty. They don't mind one or the other one going off because he was like, man, when he was about to break the record, I was trying to get him the ball. Like whatever I need to do to get the defense on me to get him out. Like I like Waddle a little bit. You know what I mean? Selfishly, I wanted him to somehow get here with Smitty. I know it wasn't possible, but I was hoping we would somehow get both. It would have been nasty, but no, I like Waddle, man. I ain't gonna do Waddle like that. But the rest of them on that list, 100%.
Right. Speaking of AJ, before we get to the defense side of the ball, AJ Brown had his press conference and he talked about Smitty, saying they like peanut butter and jellies. So, Smitty, what's your thoughts on AJ Brown press conference, and what's your thoughts on him talking about him and Smitty?
I mean, you seen the growth a little bit, listening to him talk. You kind of understand where, you've seen him become a man, bro. You know what I mean? He came here, like DV said, the contract situation, but think about it like this, DV. If you with somebody, right, and let's say, for instance, you ain't 100% sure you secure or whatever, right? Security will make you do some things that, obviously it'll make you commit to some more things, maybe make you a little bit more comfortable. You might buy you a house now instead of renting out the condo you had. You know, job security is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with you on that. Like obviously that contract make you say, okay, this my house too now. I'm not just a rental. I'm not just a mercenary. I wasn't just here for, you know, a few year run and then they're gonna let me leave like the last team did. You know what I'm saying? So we showed him a little bit of respect, a little love, make sure he comfortable. And I'm glad it helps him elevate to be more of a leader. You know what I mean? If that's what it takes. And you can see it in the press conference when he was just talking, like he's ready to do whatever it takes to win. Like, yeah, we done did all this, we done got all this, it looked like this. We done been through some things. Last year wasn't the greatest. Now we wanna round all that off with everything we got built up inside and go do the big one. And if we can somehow make that happen, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be grateful, man. But you see the growth in AJ. You see how much love he got for his brothers. You know what I mean? You can see he loved Jalen. You can see he truly loves Smitty. The picture of Jalen walking around with his goddaughter. You know what I mean? He just walking around with his goddaughter, and she's smiling. He's smiling. Like the happiness and joy they bring to each other's life on and off the field is growing. You know what I mean? I don't think when he was at Ole Miss and Jalen was at Alabama and they was, you know, working out every weekend. Or shout out to Bobby, man. Jalen. Shout out to you, bro. When they was at Ole Miss and they was working out every summer and, you know, doing this and that, getting it in, you know, catching passes from, they talked about it. They 100% talked about it. Even when AJ was at Tennessee and, you know, Jalen got drafted to Philly. I know one day what if we play? Now that they together, it's growing, bro, because they got so much love for each other. They're truly family, bro. Like look at how happy she is with, you know what I'm saying? Like the happiness she is with her goddamn. Like it's that type of aura, bro. That's just gonna blend on the field. You see the love they got for each other, man. It's really growing, man. I'm loving to see it. And you see AJ, you know, just becoming one with the Philadelphia Eagles and his team, man. He's becoming a leader. He's gonna be a staple here for a long time, and I hope this is the last team he played for us, so I can have a better feeling about him than, you know, one of my favorite players.
Yep, King.
Like I feel like this, right? You know, his press conference told me a lot about where his mindset was, and that's why I spoke about it because, you know, him and Devontae Smith, they press conference. If you listen to it, like Smitty played the Devontae Smith after one of the training camp practices, the press conference. They asked him about Nick Sirianni and everything. He said, "I don't know what you're talking about." They did the same thing with AJ Brown in that press conference, and he was like, "I don't know." And just like, you know, when they was talking about Kellen Moore, he's like, "I don't know. I'm just learning it just, you know, on the fly, basically." He not letting everybody into, you know, the situation. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know he knows more that he's letting off, but that comes with maturity. You know, sometimes when players are in situations where, you know, they feel some type of way about the playbook or they liking the playbook, they get excited, they overtalk. He's basically like, you know what? No, you know, I don't know. You know, I'm learning it on the fly, basically. The situation with Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts that they were trying to big up. He got asked about that. He was like, "That's not my situation. I'm here to play football. That's all I'm here to do is play football." I think that
some people didn't like that response, though. You know that.
I understand that. But think about it like this. This is how I view it. You know, I'm not saying how he thought about it or whatever, but how I view it is if AJ Brown right after the 2023 season and that awful ending, right? After that, he got the stitch, and then he would not be at 94.1 on the radio station. But that's what I mean about mindset. The mindset of him is like, okay, well, I'm going to retire. Hopefully, you know, I'm retired Eagle. And now he's at a rookie training camp OTAs. He's basically leading huddles. You see videos of it. You see him starting off the wide receiver line, of the footwork line, and everything.
You don't think he go to 94.1 if he had got paid?
No, because at the end of the day,
I
don't
think he was tired of the slander on his name, bro.
No, I don't, because at the same time, like, yo, these players nowadays are not about like Jalen Hurts is one thing, because there's a quarterback league, you got slander on his name, he's gonna say something. If the wide receiver gets paid and the organization say, "Oh, you are in a depth piece of this offense," I'm not talking to y'all unless it's after a football game. I'm not talking to y'all on a radio station. I'm not popping
because
up.
the whole basis of him getting talked about was if he wanted to be here or not. Yeah, you're right. I think, but it depends still, because if they still was slandering his name in another way, I think he'd go still dunk on him. I think he just wanted to try to straighten them out, because he was tired of them slandering all the Eagles. He know he was the only one that was going to do it. He like, ain't nobody else going to come over here. Everybody else will come over here and be.
I do want to get your point. I want to get your point on something, Cool Cat, because we talked about this on Friday, because I did send the thing to Smitty, because before the second day of training camp,
right,
that we were practicing,
mm-hmm.
Smitty was on 94.1,
right,
and he was asked about basically what made him, what motivated him to become a better receiver this off season, and what did he do? What steps did he take, to do that? And his response was basically that he followed and just viewed videos of CeeDee Lamb, because he knew he was going into Kellen Moore offense, and just looking at things that he does. Now, I feel like personally, me, just like we've seen against Kelly Ringo, everybody's seen the video. He goes up and get the ball better than CeeDee Lamb. Now, CeeDee Lamb is a good receiver, don't get me wrong, because we wanted him as well.
Right.
But I feel like Devontae Smith does that more. Now, if he learns, or if he does, because I feel like he can, but if he does what CeeDee Lamb does, and he can still get up and go get the ball, it's going to be dangerous for the league. But how do you feel about him studying CeeDee Lamb? Do you think it was a smart move, or do you think that he needed to just come on to Kellen Moore's offense on his own?
I think it's a smart move, because think about this. In the Kellen Moore offense with the Dallas Cowboys, and I know how we feel about that team and that fan base, Amari Cooper was the number one. CeeDee Lamb was the number two. Until they did something stupid and traded Amari Cooper to the Cleveland Browns.
He wanted to be gone.
Right. But you know what I mean. Yeah,
he technically wanted an extension at first, and when they said they weren't going to pay him the $20 million, he was like, "All right, let me out of here."
Right.
The same thing they're doing with CeeDee Lamb right now. The same thing they're doing with Dak Prescott. Routine.
When Amari Cooper went to Cleveland, CeeDee Lamb became the number one. So I like the idea of him learning from CeeDee Lamb. Not only that, didn't CeeDee Lamb and Smitty used to play each other, teamed up in college?
In Alabama.
Right. So learn from someone.
CeeDee wasn't in Alabama.
I mean, not Alabama, Oklahoma.
He played with Jalen at Oklahoma.
Oh, he played with, but yeah.
They didn't play together?
Mm-mm.
No, they didn't. They did.
I thought they did. But yeah.
They did.
Right. But my point is,
he was at Oklahoma. He played with Jalen, though.
Right.
That was somebody else played with Devontae, though.
I think it was
Devontae on that team was Waddle and and the one that got in the crash.
Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my point is, I'm okay with it as long as he.
Oh, and Henry Ruggs.
Right, Henry
Ruggs.
So yeah. So I'm okay with it. I mean, the more wide receivers you learn you learn, the better. And besides, look what happened with CeeDee Lamb and Kellen Moore's offense. No matter what a Cowboy fan wants to tell you about Kellen Moore, look what happened to CeeDee Lamb when he was a part of Kellen Moore's offense. went up here. So I think Smitty learning from CeeDee Lamb. Is it good to learn from a Cowboy wide receiver? No. But if that we know Smitty, he will learn.
Somebody said something to me that's crazy, right? Yeah, I want to know your opinion. They said all the players that Kellen Moore coached, they improve while they're with him, but they get better when he leaves.
Do they really get better? Because
Dak this year officially had his best season. We can't say the Chargers yet because what happens this year. I mean, obviously.
Some of them got hurt.
You know what I think? You want to know what I think?
Go ahead.
I think Kellen Moore is a great offensive coordinator, but just going off of the question that you just asked, Smitty, I think it's more so of a Mark Jackson at Golden State, and then he leaves, and then Steve Kerr take over.
That's what, bruh. You wasn't there in the space. That's exactly what dude said. I didn't even say that. He said, bruh, Kellen Moore. He's not a Giants fan, so that's why I took it serious. He was like, bruh, when I look at Kellen Moore, he's like the Mark Jackson. He goes in, he teaches your players how to get open, and then when he leaves and another coach applies it in a different way, they get better. I was just like, dang, it kind of true because CeeDee Lamb went stupid this year. Like he was open.
But see, this the thing. Here's the thing about that. You know, that's that comparison. The Philadelphia Eagles had Doug Peterson with Jalen Hurts, I should say.
Right.
Doug Peterson on a little, crazy type of year where as though that, the front office was going back and forth at it the whole season. They drafted Jalen Hurts and all that. Then, Carson Wentz was out of here. Doug Peterson was out of here. But then you had Nick Sirianni come in. He was calling plays. Shane Steichen came in. Shane Steichen halfway through that season start calling plays. Then you had Shane Steichen calling the plays in 2022. Then you had the mishap of whatever the hell that was in 2023. And then now you got Kellen Moore. The difference is that Kellen Moore would be a breath of fresh air for the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts wants to be a strategic type of quarterback instead of, hey, throw the ball to AJ, throw the ball to Devontae. Yeah, we got those guys, and that's great. But look, we still going to utilize your legs, but I want you to throw in the middle of the field. I want you to throw to wide receiver 3. We got to get immaculated with him. Everything that we was like, yo, why is Jalen Hurts overseeing or overlooking this route because they're wide open? There was plenty of times me and Smitty saw in gameplay. Dallas Goedert was open.
Mm-hmm.
Olamide Zaccheaus was open. We seen certain things that Jalen Hurts didn't see, but he like we talked about, we didn't trust him, and this goes to what I said Friday about the Nussmeier. I feel like that just like he did with Dak, and this is when Dak had all the receivers at his crib because he got a field at his house, and basically had just working out with them. I feel like that Jalen Hurts was told that same assignment when he went to his old high school. And that's why he had guys that he's not familiar with, and he was working out with them because he wants to get familiar with them just in case something happened. I.e., Jalen Hurts said that on the press conference too. That hey, I didn't get a chance to get
Julio Jones.
That chemistry with Julio Jones and Olamide Zaccheaus, and now he got that with Anaya Smith, Paris Campbell, Will Shipley, Johnny Wilson. These are the guys that he's working out with. He knows where everybody else is going to be at because he played with them for a couple seasons straight. So he knows where they're going to be at. It's more so those guys. So I'm happy to see that, the coordinator and the quarterback coach is making an impact on QB1, even though he was great where he was, but we wanted him to expand his game better. And that's where we at with it.
Right.
Hey, what's going on with the Jets? He said the Jets dissed us.
Cool cat, the Jets trying to diss us. How? Anybody heard
that? Probably either Bryce Huff or Hassan Reddick one.
I guess if that's what I guess so. So we haven't really talked about the defense side of the ball. Let's get to the safety room or in the corners. How we feeling about both positions, King? Because I know we wanted to talk about it.
So the cornerbacks, I feel great because I feel like, you know, at all positions, regardless, CB1, CB2, even though they had Darius Slay still being CB1, like he's just a shoo-in, and he was getting cooked, like I said earlier. CB2 is a competition, slot is a competition. So I'm happy to see that these guys are, you know, in competing, and you know, even though they rotate in for everybody, the first team, second team, third team doesn't mean a damn thing because they're trying to see who works well together. They're trying to see, you know, who wants it more, basically, and then it's kind of manipulating the type of snaps, like Vic Fangio said in his press conference. But I am concerned about the safety room, and here's why. Yes, it's great that we got CJ Gardner-Johnson back, but let's be honest, CJ Gardner-Johnson's been hurt. 2022, he did get hurt. He played through it because of the situation that he was in, and makes you play through certain injuries, even if it's minor. You know, Reed Blankenship is injury prone as well. Now, Sidney Brown, we don't know when he's going to come back. I think the earliest he could come back is week 4 or 5, right? Because what they did.
No. If he enters the season on the pup, the earliest he can come back is week 4 or 5.
Right.
So if they take him off before the season started, he can come back at any time right now.
Right. And then you got Cooper DeJean that could be either a slot or a safety. He's basically, you know, out until further notice. Out, like, it puts us in a situation where, you know, hey, do we beef up the safety line and then, like, especially trying to make this 53-man roster? You know, that's what I'm concerned about. You know, James Bradbury was on record basically saying that he still got 2 years on his contract. And one of those years is guaranteed. Like I said, it's up to the Eagles if they want to eat that salary cap, or if they find a trade partner, or if they just, like, you know, hey, it's cheaper to keep him and just as a depth piece. This is why I asked y'all the question earlier about Avonte Maddox and Bradbury. Now I know Avonte Maddox would be a good depth piece in a slot.
Right.
And then he would, you know, teach these guys. And then now we got, just like Smitty said earlier, we got Avonte Maddox for the long stretch, you know, instead of pause, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So that safety room is a little shaky. You know, the safety room and the linebacker room is shaky to me. But you asked me about the safety room. I feel like that we still need some pieces there.
Yeah. Smitty?
Yeah, I think we're a little low in the I don't know. I guess now we got 4 of them, huh? Avonte Maddox, James Bradbury.
You can say that. Bro, the sign that you gave, I heard it in my earbud. It hurt you. It hurt you to say James Bradbury name.
You hate him.
Reed Blankenship and CJ Gardner. Oh man, the sad existence of
funny. That's funny.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, we don't got enough, man. We don't got enough. Oh, man.
It's not the time right now. Right now, my boy is going through it. It's not the time to be on demon mode.
I ain't going through nothing. It hurts me to say that man name sometimes.
I know that's what made it funny. He said, James Bradbury.
Jesus.
Hey, 2022, you was cool with him. 2023, you was.
Yo, that was funny, yo.
Oh, man. That hurt, boy. Jesus Christ. Nah, it's. Yeah,
go
but
ahead to the corners. Move to the corners before you have yourself. Go ahead to the corners, sir.
To the corners. Okay.
Yes. Trying to
I mean, we're in a good spot. I mean, we got a lot of guys in the cornerback room really stepping up at this moment, right? You got Ringo playing pretty well. Isaiah Rodgers. You got some of these guys. Who else is playing corner that I like that I heard about?
Quinion?
Yeah,
Isaiah
I said
Rodgers?
Quinion, didn't I?
No, you said Isaiah Rodgers and Kelly. You didn't say Quinion.
Oh yeah, and Quinion, obviously, yeah. Those three been standing out right now. But we got a lot of guys in that room, so it's kind of hard to hear about everybody. You got some guys playing second team reps, third team reps. You really only getting a lot to hear about the first team reps. You're hearing a small amount about the second team reps. So as far as the first team reps go, it seems like the three standout guys right now is Quinion, Keely, and Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? It's looking good. The thing about what Fangio did say, it kind of makes me think is, he said the best guy's going to be on the field. So I wonder how this camp could turn out for, some of these guys at the end of the day, who can be on the field, who can't, who's going to play. But we got a lot of talent in the cornerback room, a lot to shuffle through. You ain't got much time to really get through it anyways. Listen, training camp to me isn't long enough for you to really shuffle through who's good and who's bad. That's why teams end up making mistakes and getting rid of guys. It just happens like that. But I think we got a lot of talent in the cornerback room. It's looking very promising compared to last season. I think we're gonna get some high talent. I'm ready to see what Sidney Brown can get back to when he come back healthy. Because he's a part of the cornerback room. Cooper DeJean is a part of the cornerback room and safety room. They multi-talented. Even looking at it, you still got C.J. Gardner-Johnson that can play both sides. So,
Bobby. We got it. It's not as easy that you think, because this guy wants to be paid. Yeah, he wants to play for a contender, but he wants to be paid. Like, if he come down his price, then I'm pretty sure that Howie Roseman would make that call. But he's not coming down on that price because he still feel like he's an elite safety in the league, and we're not trying to pay him that price. This is why he's still out there. It's not just us; it's everybody. I know what we got, Bobby. I know what we got on hand, but at the same time, you still got to save money for just in case a player get injured. Just like we did with the defensive tackle room in 2022 when we added a Sue, Livall Joseph. We got to add. We got to keep that. And last year when we got hurt at linebacker, we had to pick up, the two guys that really suck, Zach Cunningham and what's it called? We got to save that money for that, right? But I did want to ask a question, right?
And I was on here pandering for that man. Oh, he gonna
right.
He gonna step out and fall out, and then he made me look like a fool.
Right. I was like that the year before,
right?
Where we got Shaq Leonard.
Yeah.
But I got a question. So EJ Smith, and it was a couple of reporters was basically saying that Kelly Ringo was edging Isaiah Rodgers for that CB2 position. Now I did go I'm on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And I did go Isaiah Rodgers' page, and somebody showed that clip where Devontae Smith grabbed it over Kelly Ringo and was like, "Yo, you gotta go get that." He said, "Yeah, next week." So I'm loving the competition. Who do you think will win that position at CB2 out of them two? I feel like that Quayon Mitchell has the slot because he's been balling in the slot. But who do you think will win that position out of those two?
Out of Quayon Mitchell or Isaiah Rodgers?
No. Isaiah Rodgers and Kelly Ringo.
If I have to choose, man, it gotta be Isaiah Rodgers' spot to lose. I mean, he's been stepping up in camp now. Granted, there's some times where he said on I think it was X when Jalen Hurts threw that bomb. I think the Smitty, Isaiah Rodgers did say dot. So he's working with the best with AJ and Devontae. So if I got to choose Isaiah Rodgers, man, I would have to choose him. I mean, that's the reason why we're now all of a sudden calling Jalen Hurts J-Dot for some reason. So if I have to choose,
Yeah, where did that come from, bro?
I don't know. I have no idea. I guess because of all the guys that he's doing in training camp. I guess I have no idea. But yeah, if I have to choose, as much as I would love Kelee Ringo to do what he does, Isaiah Rodgers, man, I want to see him in the Eagles uniform. So I had to choose him. So go ahead, Smitty. Who will you choose?
Who would I choose?
Kelee Ringo or Isaiah Rodgers?
Going with the same person I've been going with, Isaiah. I think Isaiah got everything in the bag, man. I think right now they trying to see what Kelee got, so they giving a little bit more snaps just to make sure, you know, they crossing their I's and dotting their, you know, make sure everything is how it's supposed to be. But just looking at the situation, I think, you know, Isaiah Rodgers, we're gonna see how good he played. But from what we've seen coming into this, I want to take Isaiah Rodgers, man. I think he got the upside. Kelee Ringo also is playing well. It listen, could be a possibility at some point. Both of them boys on the field.
Right.
Never know.
Right.
What happens if Slay ain't starting week 1?
That will shock. That will shock me.
That will shock me if Slay ain't.
That will shock me. That will shock me just because the longevity and everything like that. But you know, that's just telling me that Vic not playing with these guys. You know, also, but it would shock me if he doesn't start because these past, you know, training camps, all 3 of them, Slay was QB1. And Jigga, I knew you.
Don't read it. Don't read it. Let's go to the linebacker. Let's go to the
linebacker. No. Wait. Because Jigga, I know why Jigga is doing that. You know,
right?
Because Jigga do not like Slay, and because
I did it on purpose. I mean, I asked the question.
Oh, of course you did. Because I know
Jigga was here. I know Jigga was here. How you doing, Jigga? What's up, man?
but it will shock the hell out of me if he didn't start. But I can understand why as well, especially from what I'm learning in training camp that, you know, catch from AJ Brown over Slay, Paris Campbell over Slay. You know, I think Devontae Smith had a pass over Slay. So, look, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it would shock me, but I will understand it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. It would shock me too, because we talking Slay. That would also mean
I want to answer. I'm sorry, because he asked you, Cool Cat. D Aldridge. He did ask you a question. He said, quick, Cool Cat, why Mitchell not on the outside more?
Because Isaiah Rodgers refused to be outside.
Yeah.
No, inside.
Yeah, he refused to be inside.
He said why he's not on the outside more. I think that's Vic Fangio philosophy. I think if he trying, for me, with Vic Fangio, he's trying to find the best the best 12 men on the field for the defense side of the ball. That's what he's trying to do. I mean, we're going to talk about linebackers next with Zach Bond and Devin White. But look what they're doing with Nakobe Dean. He's switching the linebackers to Nakobe, to Zach Bond. We'll talk about that next. So he's trying to mix match and see which 12 men should be on the field. Because like he said, you got to earn your spot. You got to earn your spot. If Mitchell earned the spot, then he'll be on the outside. If he didn't, then we'll know. But again, we'll find out more as training camp continues and as we get closer to Brazil. But that's just me why he's not on the outside more. I guess Vic Fangio trying to find the best 12 men on the field.
I feel like it's a lot more talent for that QB2 position,
right,
than Quinyon Mitchell. Yes, he's number 1 draft pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. But I feel like that his place at the nickel would be best place for him if you want to put him on the field because of the physicality of him. Going against the tight ends, going against the wide receiver 3s, and then also
wide receiver 3s ain't in the slot no more. You got the
Oh, yeah.
slap merchants out there. You know what I'm saying? You got
Right.
CDs and Jamar Chases. He gonna be
Right,
in the
right,
perfect
right.
spot, to be honest. DV.
Right. But
They
I
might
say
put him
that to
out there
say
with
this
Slay
though.
though. Damn.
Yeah.
Might attack
I
Slay
say I say that to say this though.
now. My bad.
No, you got
Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell. I feel like that he's in a perfect position at the start of his career. A lot of people looking at it for him to play this year and everything. I think he's in the perfect position because both of those receivers both of those cornerbacks, I should say, that we're talking about, our cornerback going into safety in a James Bradbury in a slate comes off the books after this season. So he's in a great position to learn, grow, and everything like that if he's not on the field. Now, I feel like that he is going to be on the field. I feel like the odd man out at nickel, honestly, would probably be Tyler Hall. And I like Tyler Hall. But I think he's going to be the odd man out at nickel unless they keep 3. I don't know how many cornerbacks are they going to keep, but it could be a mixture of how they view him. They could say Avonte Maddox safety, but he could also play this, or vice versa. It could be how they word it. When they say this is the 53-man roster. But yeah, I feel like he's not out there more because you got Kelly Ringo with the arm length. But you also got the tenacity of Isaiah Rodgers that wants to be on the field. He's hungry. So it's just like wait and see. Quinyon Mitchell did go up against AJ Brown today. He had a couple good plays against AJ Brown, but AJ Brown got him back. I feel like that plague in the back of his mind. That route was trash. That I'm quoting Quinyon Mitchell. That's basically was plugging in the back of AJ Brown's mind, and AJ Brown got the best of him when it was expected. So all that to say, I feel like Quinyon Mitchell just has a lot of talent in front of him. I think that's the only reason why that he's not on the outside.
Right. What's your thoughts on that, Smitty, before we go to the linebacker?
I think Fangio cross training, to be honest. If I can get you comfortable in the slot, when it's time to move you back outside, I know I can move you around. You know what I'm saying? I think he's getting prepared for having. He wanted to make sure Quinyon on the field. And if you got him on the field getting the experience, you can obviously move him around, do other things with him. So I think he's just getting him comfortable, brother. As we already said multiple times, he's getting him comfortable to be uncomfortable, bro. Like, you're going to be in a spot you never played before, but I'm going to make sure you're in the best spot to win. If you do your job, this is going to be easy. And I mean, that's just where he at with it. And I think Quinyon is as bought in as he could be. You know what I mean? It's going well. I mean, I think he prepared to, play slot. I think he's going to play at a high level.
Right. I agree. So the linebackers, we had Zach Bond, who we're hearing is having an amazing camp, and we got Devin White. Vic Fangio did say, or is showing, that Nakobe Dean is going to be a rotation piece. So, King, what's our thoughts on the linebacker as we going into training camp?
In training camp, his past 3 practices, right. Zach Bond and Devin White been his guys. Nakobe Dean rotate into the first team. I feel like that he's getting a little comfortable with it. I do want to see a lot more of Nakobe Dean and Devin White together. Even if you want to throw Nakobe Dean and Zach Bond together, I want to see what Nakobe Dean has. Give him that opportunity. Just to put him on the back burner, I feel like that's wrong, honestly. If you want to talk about the linebacker position, one guy that I'm pissed off about is Oren Burke. He got the knee injury. He's one of those guys that just a year removed, he was in the Super Bowl game thanks to a Greenlaw injury. Hopefully he gets well. And he was basically Nicholas Morrow for them. He picked him apart. Patrick Mahomes knew who to go to. But you got that situation going on with Nakobe Dean just being a rotational piece as of right now. I feel like that he should get a lot more reps to see where he's at mentally and physically to the point where, now you can make a judgment. I feel like it's the wrong judgment now. I just think that Zach Bond is a favorite of Vic Fangio, and that's what it is. Jeremiah Trotter did get hurt the second training camp, cramps. I think it was just because he dehydrated, honestly, and it hurts. That's a bad pain. But I was glad to see him that he came out and practiced today or yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I was happy to see that he did practice yesterday. But yeah, the linebacker room is still questions. It's still questions because we got last season, we got a lot of hype. Christian Ellis, we got a lot of hype about certain guys. Like they hyping up Zach Bond, and like they hyping up certain guys, and I want to see it for myself. That's why I can't wait until Thursday, so I can actually see what's really going on. Because they could say one thing. Christian Ellis was the man. I thought Christian Ellis was going to be a starter the way they was talking about him last season, and then all of a sudden, Christian Ellis wasn't even a rotation. He was just like, if a guy got hurt, you throw it in there, and you just the Energizer Bunny. That's basically what you are.
Right.
So the linebacker room still got some issues, to answer your question. I do like the fact that Vic Fangio is sticking to the script that he did a year before with the Dolphins. He likes to blitz the linebacker as well, or one of his linebackers majority of the time. But like I said before, it calls for one of the safeties to drop down, and this is where you get confused at on the defense, because you got a guy that could be there like a Reed Blankenship or an Avonte Maddox or James Bradbury on the opposite side, because the only guy that I see that's dropping down is probably CJ Gardner-Johnson, because they're going to attack that side. So Reed Blankenship probably going to be one of those guys that's got to be in coverage, and that's put the back in a disarray, because you're making your linebackers basically vulnerable at that point, because you're just blitzing. So that's what I'm saying. But the linebacker room, that's what I'm saying. I love the Cooper DeJean pick. Don't get me wrong, but we would not be having this conversation if we made the pick that everybody wanted us to make at 40, and that was Ezra Cooper.
Right. Smitty?
Yeah, it's kind of been iffy with the linebackers. The only constant is Devin White at the moment. Zach Bond is performing well, but Nakobe Dean is not. I hope he gets a chance to stand up. I don't like that he hasn't gotten the opportunity to really get in there and produce anything. It's kind of like maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's enthused with what he's seen from Zach Bond through the camps or whatever. He's trying to see if it's going to be consistent. But it seems like it's going to be I'm kind of sad about Nakobe Dean a little bit. I had some high hopes for that young man, but in Philadelphia, man, you don't get much time, bro.
Mm-hmm.
His time might just be up.
Right.
It's kind of a waste of a pick, but it's kind of weird.
Yep. So
for a guy like Zach Bond, who really ain't never did nothing in the NFL, to just jump him like that, maybe I don't know. I don't want to say he's not cut out for it, because I definitely think he's a good player. But I don't know.
Yeah. I think Fangio looking at the linebackers, how we look at QBs. So next up is the defensive line. The whole group, as we see, this was before. I still have the photos, Smitty, on here. So this was Jordan Davis before training camp. So
you didn't have it when I needed it.
My bad. My bad. But yeah.
Hey, DV, I'm trying to get it while I'm arguing. I need the picture when I was arguing.
Right. But yeah, anyway, we saw Carter. We saw BG. Of course, we saw Sweat. We heard from Jordan Davis. So, Smitty, how we feeling about the D line in training camp?
I mean, from what I've seen out of them, man, they getting some penetration. It looks like making some smart decisions. Even though Jalen Hurts made some smarter decisions in those moments that I have seen. In the drills I've seen, Jalen Carter looking very explosive and strong, as we kind of already knew. But Jordan Davis also looking explosive. I heard them boys was asking for some running back snaps, in short yard situations and things of that nature. So I really like what I'm seeing from the defensive line. I don't know if you got the clip of Bryce Huff.
I'm about to get that next, but go ahead.
He went up against Lane Johnson, and we know what Lane Johnson do to everybody. But this is going to be I think that's going to be an interesting battle throughout camp. I think that's going to be how your boy Huff get his game right. When you're going up against the greatest every day, all day, you get in that lab and you seeing it. I mean, see, Lane just there, man. Lane just there. He know where to be at. He know where to put his hands at. Huff working though, man. Huff is working, man. I'm ready to see what I do. You just said it, and I was just going to say that. What I do want to see them do is execute some stunts and blitzes. I think we need to see that just because last year we looked so lost when it was called and when things like that was on the line. I want to see how the line open up the holes for the linebackers to get back there and make a play. So right now it looks good though. I really like what we doing. We're making it tough on the offensive line. You got to do it. You got to make them boys fight.
Right, King.
So, like I said before, the videos with Jalen Hurts, especially when he scrambled out and threw the pass to Devontae Smith, we gotta look at the pressure that Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter was putting on Jalen Hurts. Milton Williams is not a slouch. I know those guys. It's going to be consistent this year, especially with the nutrition that they're on. That diet that they're on with Clint Hurt out of all people, because Clint Hurt is a husky guy, Paul.
A big fella. Fella.
But I feel like they're more focused this year, and that's a great thing to see. When it comes to the edge rushers, I feel like Bryce Huff, he makes some good plays when he's comfortable. But I got a lot of questions of what Vic Fangio was saying about Bryce Huff, about making him uncomfortable as well, being able to stop the run, being able to the pass coverage, things like that. I feel like that I don't want us to be in the same situation that we were in with just Hassan Reddick. Yeah, it worked for the time being in 2022 and partially 2023, but I want him to be able to stay on the field, especially for $17 million a year. I want him to be able to stay on the field for pass coverage, run stopping. I don't want him to have to rotate, even though Howie wants it that way. But I don't want him to have to rotate now. Nolan Smith is the big, if. Nolan Smith has to step it up because last season he didn't get that many opportunities. I'm not going to say it was a bad season for him. It could have been due to injury. It could have been due to just lack of talent. I mean, not lack of talent, but the talent above him was better. Hassan Reddick was better. They didn't really truly trust
No, that's a good bro. See, ain't nobody.
No, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. I just want to finish.
Do you see how masterful it is what Lane does to that man, bro? Come on, y'all gotta stop.
I just want to finish the thought.
Go ahead, finish that thing, then we'll talk about it.
But with Josh Sweat, it should be a big, huge year for. It should be. I'm not going to say it will be. It should be a huge year for him. It's a contract year for him. He took a pay cut. I think he's betting on himself. I think that's the best way to look at it. He had a horrible season last season, to his standard. So I'm hoping that Bryce Huff. I mean, not Bryce Huff. Josh Sweat actually show up. It's the last hoorah for our guy BG. BG is going to be one of the last couple years. Oh, all right, there we go. He's going to step in and just, be that leader, and then also just make the plays down the stretch that we need him to make. So I feel like that the front seven is going to be all right. It's going to be all right. A couple of those guys that I named too could play some off-ball linebacker as well, like Noah Smith. I know he's cross-training as well. So we just got to wait and see. How everybody is. Like I said, I get a better viewing. Even though I'm gonna be recording,
Right.
I'm gonna get a better viewing on Thursday.
Yep.
On how everybody is.
Yep. I'll be late to the party on Thursday. I'll be up there by 8. I'll be late to the party, but hopefully I'll be able to catch something on Thursday after I leave my work. So I'll be late, but I'm still going. I mean, I'm still going, so I'll be seeing the whole crew. But let's go ahead before we get to special teams, because we got to talk about them too. Signing Huff and trading Reddick was a dummy move. I said it in my live stream after the trade. How it gets glad, Kenan, you want to talk about it.
Yeah. I'm happy that you stopped the sentence because
Right.
we don't need to say
I
that.
wasn't going to go that far.
He said pause, so shout out to Stu.
Yeah, pause.
And it's good. It's good. Stu my guy, but it's all right to disagree.
Right.
I feel like knowing what we know now, the situation, no matter it could have been the Jets promised him something. It could have been anything, but knowing what we know now.
Technically, what happened was they had a deal where he would play the start of the season, show the production for about 6 to 8 games, and then they would extend him. But he would attend all of the camp meetings and all of the camps, and then he didn't show up. And he agreed to it. They said by week 8, we'll have you paid. We'll give you what you're asking for, exact price. They was going to give him the $28 million, and then he didn't show up. And they were going to put a little. They even said, "Look, if it makes you happy, we'll give you the Buda Baker deal, where we give you a little bit extra just to make you happy up front, where you can play right now. We'll give you your guaranteed money that you were supposed to be owed on this deal, and then we'll extend you in week 8." And he said, "I'll be at camp," and then he went to Japan. That's what happened, DV.
That's crazy, yo. And that just make my case like, Bryce Huff was the cheaper bet, and you could get possibly the same outcome from him, a double-digit sacks wise. Reddick was a headache. He had, it wasn't the fact that they wanted to trade him. It's just it was the best business move at the time because behind closed door we don't know what's going on. We just like sign Reddick, make sure Reddick is in but we don't know how his team is handling things, how Reddick is viewing things. Like, hey, I've been consistent for y'all all these years. I need my money. I need the top 5 money, and the Eagles was like, you know what, pump your brakes. We can offer you this, or you're gonna have to walk because we got other moves to make. Who's to say that if we sign Hassan Reddick, because we gotta look at it from that standpoint. If we sign Hassan Reddick, Smitty might not have got extended. AJ Brown probably wouldn't not got extended. The
Right.
two
Probably don't got
linemen.
Saquon.
Yeah, we probably won't get Saquon. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of things to go with it. We probably couldn't sign CJ TJ.
And you know what the Jets told me too, bro? That his number that we was wrong about the number. Say he's not close to 25. He want more on the 27 to 28 range.
Yeah, that bull high. He high.
No, and look, that's what they told. And this dude that told me that, bro, he like really locked in with the Jets. He said Hassan Reddick want closer to 28. He wants somewhere between 26.5 and 28.
I love Hassan Reddick. Don't get me wrong. I love Hassan Reddick. But let's be honest.
I thought 25 was a little bit.
Yeah, 25 is a little bit steep. It's a little bit steep. I understand that he's been consistent with the sacks and everything. I get it. But again, what are you changing? Like, what are you changing in the game if you're not getting to the quarterback? We've seen that in the Super Bowl. We've seen that in certain games last season. What are you changing? That's just being real. You know, we can look at the numbers and everything like that, but at the same time, what are you changing? You know, you're not changing anything in the run defense. You're not changing anything in the passing game. You're just a one-trick pony at this point, getting to the running back. And this is why I said what I said earlier about Bryce Huff. I don't want him to be that. I want him to take on the responsibility that Vic is presenting him with, get familiar being uncomfortable, and be able to make plays, even if you're just PBU and everything like that. Be comfortable making those type of plays because that's going to get you another contract extension. That's going to get you another contract elsewhere if it's not with us. But you got to play and ball out.
But the problem, DV, that I think Huff won't have is he didn't have the ability to create bad habits. And in Arizona, they created a lot of Hassan Reddick's bad habits in the run game and pass game. They created a lot of those bad habits when they was using him as a middle linebacker. And then they moved him to be a down in the dirt edge rusher. So I think they created the bad habits that Huff don't got yet because he hasn't been asked to be a linebacker. He's only asked to rush the passer. So now when you add and he don't got bad habits, I think it'll be easier for him to pick up than Hassan did, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Where's Sweat?
I don't know, boy. Looking big.
Yeah, man, because you know he wearing that number that should not remain on the Eagles, number 19, and that number 19 got him looking like one of us. He looked like a bus driver.
Why you had to put on number 19, man? God.
You know what's going
Even
on.
without 19, that boy looked out of shape. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, he was just sitting there, just like sloppy looking.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him, man. But you know, hopefully he have a good season because it's the contract year for him. Even if it's not with us, you know, this is it. You know, you gotta put on. You have to put on, and right now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, besides BG, he's like the oldest D that we got, so he has to put on.
Right. Yeah.
19 sacks incoming.
Hey Jigga, man, whatever you drinking, I want some.
A lot of it. I need a lot of it. Not even just a little bit.
Exactly.
Right.
Any thoughts on the special teams in training camp? If y'all want to talk about it, any thoughts?
I like the fact that Jake Elliott last practice had 6 straight makes. You know, even though it wasn't no defense to go against.
That's the only thing I heard about, really.
Six straight. They did have a video out of a couple guys basically, catching the ball for punt returns, kick returns. And one of those guys was Isaiah Rodgers. Anais was out there. Will Shipley was out there. Of course, Covey was out there. But yeah, I'm excited about it. Like I said, last season, the most consistent coach that was out there was the special teams coach. So I am excited about the special teams this year, especially because we got a lot of guys that can actually do it and not just the one guy. So we shall see how that turns out.
Yep. Smitty?
I was just saying, I really didn't. I mean, other than hearing about them catching a few punts and catching a few kickoffs, the biggest thing was probably Jake. Jake hitting those 6 in a row the other day. I think that's huge, and what we got going on. But Jake is always consistent, man. So I wasn't really worried about Jake, anyways. But I think the special teams maybe could take a step forward this year and be a little bit more explosive with this new kickoff coming.
Yeah.
I think Covey will get an opportunity, but I think there's a few other guys in here that's capable of, also making plays like DB said. You got an Isaiah Rodgers, you got an Anaya Smith, you got a few guys that can get back there making explosive plays. So maybe somehow we end up seeing some type of rotation back there where it's a couple guys, and I think you can have 2 guys back there. So maybe you see a couple rotation with the 2 guys sets back there, the best 2 guys that can be back there or something like that.
Yep. And finally, at the beginning, we heard from Nick Sirianni. We heard from Howie Roseman. What did you got any guys got any thoughts on their press conference? What you like, what you didn't like, what interests you in that press conference? We'll start with you, King.
Whose press conference? I didn't hear you.
Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni.
But first thing first, man. In the beginning, you know, I was looking for Howie Roseman. I mean, not Howie Roseman. I'm sorry, Nick Sirianni to be out there by himself.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that. You know, when it's all eyes on him, and they was going to ask some questions about the Jalen Hurts thing. They're going to ask some questions about his role again. Just to confirm. Because they feel like they swear they lawyers, the reporters.
Yeah, exactly.
But they was going to ask him again, and I feel like that Howie Roseman is that crutch, like that. Hey, let me answer the question. Let me get in here and this, that, and third to try to like water things down. And I didn't like that. But Howie, long story short, Nick Sirianni did have a good presser. I guess he was comfortable. He did ramble a couple times. That's what he does most of his press conference. But I like what he said about Jalen Hurts. I like what he said about his role, and just accepting and just doubling it down on the report that, we got for the interview that he did with John McCullen. I believe that was who it was.
Yeah.
I feel like that, he's accepting it. Now, I am still in question because I know Nick Sirianni, because in that same report, he did say that, he did not like the fact that he had to give up his offense, but he understood that it was the better of the team, and then he's doing it because he wanted to make sure that Jeff Lurie was happy, that he brought him back. You know what I'm saying? So I get that, but at the same time, midway through the season, if we have a tough stretch like San Fran last season when they lost 3 games straight, do he try to take over, or do he try to bump heads with Kellen Moore? But like I said, I think that, and I'm just going off of what I view, I feel like that he respects Kellen Moore a lot more than he did Brian Johnson. I'm not going to say Shane Steichen, because Shane Steichen was his guy. They was in Indianapolis together. But Kellen Moore, I feel like that he respects him. And he said, and basically he said that it was his idea to bring in Kellen Moore. Howie Roseman in that presser said it was a collective. So, they on the same page, but I just want to make sure that he's going to be consistent. Nick Sirianni, I'm talking about the full year. But I do like what he said about Jalen Hurts, though.
Right. Smitty?
No, I think it was I think Nick Sirianni, I mean, obviously he did come out a little frustrated about giving up his offense, but I mean, anybody that's invested their time and invested their hard-earned knowledge into the game and put it into this, you obviously giving up something you cherish is hard. But I think he's gonna be all right, man. I think he likes if he likes what he sees, you know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be a little bit more vocal this year. So he'll be more vocal in telling Kellen Moore, he don't like it or he do like what he see on the field. I think that's a good start, man. I think what he said was definitely key. And then, even though he didn't have to double down on what's going on with him and Jalen, he rectified and said, they've grown. Even though last year it was times where they didn't see eye to eye, they've grown as, grown a relationship. So I like to see that. Howie Roseman, I mean, he always gonna say, he politically correct, man. He gonna keep it kosher. He said all the right things as usual. So we're gonna see how it turn out though. But it seems like everybody on the same page and ready to rock out.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and get ready to wrap up by telling y'all what's coming up on all our shows. Before we do, listen, me, King, I think Philly Mike, I know Trey, we'll all be at open practice this Thursday. I'll be up there around 8 o'clock, but I will be up there a little early just to record stuff before I head to work, and then I'll come back. 8 o'clock, I'll get you guys the best coverage I can, so I'll be live at 8. What time you going to be live streaming for that, King?
So I got the Phil SS, so I'm going to be there like around 3.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be tailgating. But oh yeah, I got to get you your what you call 'em back. You know, I
Yeah.
still got that.
Yeah, no.
Um,
Yeah, we'll meet at the Novacare complex afterwards, just to get your stuff.
yeah.
Get my stuff. Yeah.
But I might be recording soon as it start, like around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Just
Right.
just have it up. But yeah, I'm gonna be there. Just doing what I did last season.
Mhm.
Just trying to get everybody to view what I'm viewing. Try to keep it entertaining as well.
Right. So coming up on the check down, what you got coming up on the check down, Smitty?
We're gonna keep breaking down our college football playoff, man, that we started last week, man. We ordered everything up. We got all 12 teams on the bracket. So we're gonna be breaking that down, seeing who wins and who progresses to the next round, man. That's kind of what we're doing. We're gonna be talking about a little training camp also. Last week, I mean, we really didn't get a chance to talk about training camp. It was a little early in the training camp scenarios for a lot of the teams. So we're gonna get an opportunity to touch on training camp, break down this college football playoff, and get ready for football coming soon, man.
Yep. Inside the nest, what you guys got coming up?
Working on training camp. Might see if we could bring somebody in this week, man. Sit down with, have a little conversation. We ain't call it with some of the guys in a while, so see how that rolls out. You know what I'm saying? We haven't reached out to people. We might do anything, man. Man. Me and DV, we like to figure things out as it happens, because right now it's getting big, man. Training camp getting big. We kind of been letting people rest. You know what I'm saying? So now it's time to reach out to some of the people and get them in and tap in with the show, man.
Right. How's the upcoming show with my guy Timmy coming along, King?
Oh, it's going great, man. It should be happening pretty soon. I've been in talks with them. Got a group chat with them. Just send out the logo. So I'm just working on the intro now, and yeah, it should be rolling out pretty soon.
Yeah, when's the debut? Or y'all haven't talked about that yet?
Not yet. But we get to it. Like I said, I'm trying to do it right before, because I'm going on vacation. August 10th, from August 10th to the 19th. So yeah, I'm gonna be on vacation. So yeah, I would rather do it probably either before that or after that.
Right. Oh, before I tell y'all about Cool Cat mentioned Birds of Broad Street. Happy anniversary to the King family, man. I know I said that in the chat. How was the anniversary, bro?
Oh, it was great, man. We went to the Devon downtown, and we had a good meal, had some good laughs, some good times, and we chilled out, rocked out for the rest of the night.
Exactly. And for Cool Cat Mitch, Birds of Broad Street, we got Bird Talk in the morning, 11:30 tomorrow. It's the same thing we did today. Training camp talk, preview the past coming on Tuesday, Broad Street news on Tuesday, Michael Live Wednesday, I'll say. But Thursday, I will be at the link for open practice. The stream starts at 8. I'll be up there as quick as I can, as soon as all the players get on the field, because I got to be at work at 4 and I leave by 7. So hopefully I'll be up there by 8. So make sure y'all tap in, man. We got lots of training camp coverage coming. So let's go ahead and give our final thoughts so we can wrap up. So start off with you, King.
Man, it's going to be a great week. We got, Cool Cat, if you could post that up if you got it. The schedule for the week for training camp.
I got pull that up real quick.
So basically Monday, Tuesday, I know that we got some training camp. I think they're off Thursday, and then off Wednesday. Thursday is the open practice. So it's going to be content coming from my end on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Of course, I'm gonna be streaming as much as I can. I just got a battery pack, so should be ready to go. I think they're off Friday, Saturday. I think they're off Friday, right? Yeah, they're off Friday. So walk through on Wednesday. Friday they're off. They Saturday and Sunday they practice. Yeah. So right? Am I right?
Yeah, it's like they practice tomorrow. Then the pass come on Tuesday. Wednesday is the walkthrough. Then the practice at night with Speed Sleep open practice. Friday is a walkthrough, not specific. They're off Saturday. Then it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they got a walkthrough on Thursday, and they got the Ravens on Friday.
Right.
Preseason. Right.
Okay.
Hmm?
Okay. So yeah, it's going to be a great week. Great content from everybody up here. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to all the channels. We put in this work for you guys. It's free 99.
Yep.
Yeah. So as always, go Birds, fly Eagles, fly, man. That's all I got to say.
Exactly. Smitty?
Nah, man, we're getting closer to the season starting, man. So prepare up, man. It's about that time to kick it off, man. We finna start. Sometime next week we'll be seeing open practice on Thursday. We'll be, the following week we'll be seeing them lined up and play against somebody. So it's getting close to that time, man. So it's Fly Eagles, Flies, Go Birds. Stay locked in, stay tuned in, man. Until next time.
Yep. And for me, y'all, we're officially 39 days from Green Bay. So have one eye on the Birds, have the other eye on Green Bay. And get ready for a fun training camp, y'all. So with that, Fly Eagles fly, go Birds, Jalen freaking Hurts. And remember, for every Eagles offseason, there's always an aftermath. Peace.